Alright, here's the guitar lesson for Neil Young's Heart of Gold from GuitarMadeEZ.com. Okay, first of all, this is a really easy song to play. It revolves around those basic chords we've been talking about. E minor, C, D, and G. Those are all the textbook forms of those chords right there. That's actually the verse of the song right there. I'll get into that later. But I'm going to start off with the intro of the song, the verse, and then the chorus or pre-chorus, and then the outro, okay? So a really easy song. First off, the song starts off like this. It goes. That's the intro of the song. What he's doing here is he's making an E minor 7, okay? You see that chord right there? It's an E minor, so I've got my pointer finger on the A string 2nd fret, my middle finger on the 2nd fret D string, and then my ring finger on the 3rd fret B string, okay? And what Neil's doing in this song is he's muting the chord with his left hand. Okay, so what he's doing is when he strums it, he's taking the tension off his fingers that are making the chord. So to make that sound, to play that and so you can hear it, I'm going to play it really slow, okay? So try to listen. Okay, so you hear that? So he's down strumming that chord, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 6 or 7 times. You can hear it on the cover. And then the next chord that he goes to is the D. Down strum that twice, and then E minor. And he adds a little fill on that E minor, which goes. So he's hammering on the 2nd fret A string, plucking the D string open, then putting his ring finger on, or I'm sorry, his middle finger on the D string 2nd fret, and then plucking the E string open. So this is what it should sound like. That's the intro of the song, okay? The next part, the verse, the easiest part of the song is this. Just like what I showed you before, you gotta know your E minor, your C, your D, and your G. Okay, and this is how it goes. Okay, that's strumming pattern right there if you couldn't pick it up. And I'm kind of emphasizing certain strums and taking the emphasis off other strums. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of, let's see. So I'm strumming it softly at first, and I'm only strumming about these 4 strings right here. The E through the G. Okay, so I'm going. On the 3rd strum, it's full strum all the way through, and then I go. So. Next chord, which is the C. Now the D. Can you kind of hear that? So that's the whole verse of the song until it gets to this next part. We'll call this part the pre-chorus, okay? And what he's doing, it's a little bit tricky to see, but I'll show you guys. What he's doing is he has an E minor and a G, okay? And so from the verse into the chorus or pre-chorus, this is how it goes. Okay? So he's going back to an E minor, not an E minor 7, just a basic E minor, and he's muting with his right hand. This is kind of an interesting technique. What he's doing is he's putting his, right here, this part of his hand, right where his pinky basically meets his actual hand, he's muting the strings with that, and he's basically kind of strumming or arpeggiating all those strings, and then making this chord ring when he takes this part of his hand off the string. So listen to it. It's going to take you a while to pick up. I'll play it really slow one more time so I think you might be able to get it. So back to strumming. Okay, so he's going from E minor, and it's still kind of the same way you're strumming that E minor 7 in the beginning part of the song, okay? And these mutes with his right and left hand kind of make the song. If not, it would just sound like this. Instead of... Okay? So, anyways, make sure you're muting with your right hand at this part. And playing it just like that E minor 7. Then back to strumming C open. Don't mute it at all. Except for right there, you want to come down and make it so it doesn't ring. Okay, so it's technically a mute, but mute. Then to G. Okay? Now the outro of the song, that's basically the whole song right there. The outro's this same kind of pattern over and over again, but it's a little bit different, okay? And what changes is he basically, going back to the pre-chorus that I just showed you guys, what he does is he does this, he goes. So it's just like that pre-chorus in terms of the strumming, but he's going to D and then back to E. So it's E minor, D, back to E, E minor, D, back to E minor. I'm sorry, the whole time it's E minor. I think I said E, it's E minor. So E minor to D, back to E minor, E minor to D, back to E minor, E minor to D. That's 3 or 4 times. And then on the last time, he goes to G, and then he does the little... And that's the whole song. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Shoot me a message on YouTube. If you have any, any trouble, I guess, seeing some of this stuff, let me know again. I'll try to go into more depth on it. Check out my website, GuitarMadeEZ.com, and I will see you guys on the next lesson. Take care.